Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm gonna be doing an all E.L.F products. It's new products that I have not tried yet. I don't think all of them are new to their collection or anything, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and also comment down below which video you guys would like to see next. Without further ado, let's get on with the E.L.F video. Yeah. I already put something on my face just because I will be going out today and I don't want the heat to mess with my face. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and prime. These are both kind of similar. I've had the Poreless Putty Primer for a little bit over a week now, and I've had this for maybe less than a year already, and I don't really use it because it is a silicone based product. And this one I've been liking. I just don't like it to put really under my eye because I feel like that's what makes my under eyes crease more. So yeah, let's go ahead and prime. So the first one I'm gonna go in with is the putty primer, and this is what it looks like. I usually go like that. I used to go like that, but I think I save more product going like this. And I just put it in my T-zone, wherever I have pores, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my fingers. Now that I have used the Poreless Putty Primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the E.L.F Poreless Face Primer, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of it, and I'm gonna apply it as well on my T-zone. That just gave me like a flawless effect on my face. Thumbs up for those two products. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start with the foundation. The foundation that I use is in the shade Sand, and this is what it looks like. I like it. It's very good material. It's like that frosted glass, and it's a pump. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply maybe a pump and a half. Yeah, a pump and a half. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my brush. This is a brush I use to conceal, but I'm gonna use it to apply the foundation. Now for the sponge, I did get the Total Face sponge, and this is the color that it looks like. I have used it a little bit, but I did wash it, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and blend in the foundation. Now that I have done the foundation claims to be full coverage and a satin finish as well, flawless satin, and I do feel like it is very flawless. You can still see some blemishes, but I think that it is not as full coverage as I would have expected. So with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it as it is. It is very humid, hot, so I'm not gonna cake my face today. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows with the E.L.F in the shade Espresso or medium brown, I believe. And then I have the Milani brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows, and then I'll be back. So now that I've done one brow, this is what the brows looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and use the E.L.F Camo Concealer. This is not new to me, but I did pick up the hydrating one, and this one is new to me. I do prefer this one more than this one, but I feel like this one has more coverage. So honestly, it just depends, but I feel like you could mix them to get fuller coverage, or so your eyes can be more hydrating rather than being drying. So these two mixed together is good combo. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use the original E.L.F Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand, and I'm gonna go ahead and carve out the bottom of my brows. I'm gonna apply some in the back of my hand, And with the same brush that I used the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and flatten it out and pick up some product. And then I'm going to go ahead and carve the bottom. Now that I have carved out the brow, I did pick up the Flawless Concealer brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start to blend out the concealer. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the top of the brow. I'm going to go ahead and use this concealer. It's the same shade, Medium Sand. It just looks a bit darker. So I put it right here, and I'm going to go ahead and carve out the top of my brow. So now that I have finished the brows, I really liked this Flawless Concealer brush. It did blend out everything so seamlessly, and whenever like you go in to blend, like it doesn't mess with the brows, so like it doesn't give it like a powdery look to it. So I really enjoyed that. I have been using this pomade for probably since I started doing my makeup, and I really always go back to this pomade. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is, since the foundation has sat for a little while, I'm going to go ahead and conceal with both of the Camo concealers. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and put this one in the most inner corner of my eye, just like so, and then this one to give it a lifted effect kind of, and I like to go under my nose as well, and then the same thing on the other eye, so a little right here, we lifted, and then on my nose, and as well as on the bridge of my nose, the chin, a little bit on the forehead, and that's about it. With this concealer, I like to go ahead and apply it a little bit in the middle. See how it's kind of darker in the middle? A little more on the chin and a little bit more on the forehead. That way it won't be super bright. Now I'm gonna let those concealers sit for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then I'll be back to blend it all out. So now that it has been about a full minute, I'm gonna go ahead and start to blend. I'm gonna go ahead and blend the under eyes just so it won't be too drying, and then I'll go ahead and blend the rest of the face. If you guys are looking for a cheap, affordable, full coverage foundation, the Camo concealers are the way to go. These are gonna be your best friend. These two. You can shade match your shade to find your perfect shade, and also you can find it at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target. I would prefer to go more to Target and Walmart because it is a little bit cheaper there. And CVS and Walgreens always tend to like up their prices, so but yeah, you guys go ahead and check out those concealers. You guys see how my face looks so flawless? The concealer, foundation, primer, thumbs up. I did initially buy this powder, well I got it for free since I bought a lot of stuff, and did record this video 2 days ago, but the audio sounded a little bad, and this powder actually dried my under eye, and I didn't like that. It kind of made me look more cakey. So since I don't have another E.L.F powder, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 10 Fair Light, and I have some on the cap. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Real Techniques sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that under the eye. And to blend out the creases in the fine lines, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Flawless Concealer brush just to make sure that I don't set any of my creases, the fine lines that I have. I am gonna go ahead and set under the eye, that way any of the eyeshadow fallout will catch, and then I can just wipe it away. I'm gonna go ahead and also set the rest of the face, and then I'll be back to start on the eyeshadow. For eyeshadow today, I do have this palette that I got for Christmas, and it's Kneaded Nude. And then I recently picked up this I recently picked up this palette, and it is Very Bad palette. It's a quad eyeshadow palette, and this is what these shades look like. And go ahead and swatch them. That's what they look like. I can't really see this one. This one is more of a transition shade, and then this one is for like an all over the crease. So they're shimmers, or they're what would these be called? Yeah, like they're shimmers. They are very pigmented. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use both palettes today and see what look I come in. I might do a cut crease again, I don't really know, but I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't pick up any new eyeshadow brushes, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Wet n Wild blending brush that I have, and I'm gonna start off with the shade right here, the more lighter shade, and it doesn't have a lot of kick up, as you can see, and it does pick up a good amount of product. So what I'm gonna start is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start right here and blend it into my crease, like this, and try to pack it more in the outer corner. Now that I have blended that color into the transition as a transition shade, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Luxe Precision Shader Brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to pack on this light cool brown shade more in the outer V, just like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it into the crease, just to deepen in the crease more. That way whenever we cut it, it won't look too pink, and that way the crease will look sharper. And since it is a brown shade, it'll kind of go over the transition shade that we went over with. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a little bit more of the transition shade, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out the brown. And you always want to take your time blending, that way it'll look more, that way it'll come together and it won't look super patchy or anything. So I did go ahead and deepen up with that brown shade. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease with the same concealer foundation brush that I have. I'm gonna get the Camo Concealer Original, and I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, like that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm gonna cut the crease, and I'm gonna look up, and that is where I should cut my crease. And like that. You can grab more product on the very tip of the brush, that way the line can be more precise, more sharp, as you prefer. I'm gonna go ahead and set that concealer with a brush like this. This is the Morphe M421 brush, and I'm gonna set that. I'm gonna go ahead and set it like this first, and then wipe out any excess product that it has. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this white shade and pat it all over the eyelid. So now that I have set that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the same brush as the transition. I'm gonna go into this berry shade right here. I'm gonna start to blend out that crease. It's very pigmented. It is more so a purple color, purple berry color, not a brown shade. So now that I have gone in and set the eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these shimmery shades. I think I'm going to go for this one, maybe a little bit of this one. I'm going to go ahead and pack it in with a flat brush like this. And I'm going to get the E.L.F. setting spray and just spray the brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up this shade and apply it on the crease. So I did go ahead and apply that shimmery shade, but it did kind of blend in. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these shades. I think I'm gonna go in for the gold or the pink and just go into the middle and picking up the product and then applying it. Just like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and with no extra product, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply these new lashes in the style Social Butterfly. I went ahead and applied the lashes, and then I applied mascara, and now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the powder off underneath. And then I got this new E.L.F bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the face with a Wet n Wild brush. I do really like this bronzer a lot. I'm surprised that it is not one of the bronzers that has a glitter effect or whatever, and it does fit great with any skin tone. For blush, I have the Duo. I'm gonna go ahead and blush and highlight, and I will be right back. I did go ahead and blush just a little bit. I really like it because it gives you like a nice flash. And then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. A little bit on the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and smudge a bit of the eyeshadow with no excess product and put it on the lower lash. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the product. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set with the E.L.F makeup mist and set. I'm gonna go ahead and cover the eye makeup just so nothing gets messed up. For lippy today, I did get this radiant tint in Dewy Berry, but I don't like the way it feels on the lips. It makes it feel sticky. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the Physicians Formula lip gloss, and I'm gonna go ahead and just apply lip gloss for today. It's in a pink shade. So that concludes today's makeup tutorial or makeup look using all E.L.F products. I really like this full face of E.L.F products. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Comment down below which video I should do next. If you guys would like to see a tutorial, a vlog, or just a makeup review. Thank you guys. Bye.